All right, so the Yankees win another one, 4-0 over the Boston Red Sox. And it was a much cleaner win today, right? Keep it relatively short and sweet today. Let's get right into this. Let's box score this. George Lombard led off the game with a home run, a towering home run off of Garrett Crochet, right? That was he looked nosebleed. What's happening? George Lombard was 2 for 4 with 2 hits and a ribby. And Ben Rice was 2 for 3 with a home run. Okay. And then you had Jason Dominguez was 0 for 3. Braden Shoemake was 1 for 1. Paul Dion was 1 for 2. Then you had Spencer Jones was 1 for 3 with a double. Then you had Marco Luciano was 0 for 3. Then you had Jonathan Ornelas was 0 for 2 with an RBI. Caden Kent came in to replace him, was 0 for 1. Peyton Henry was behind the dish today. He was 0 for 3, but he had a couple of good plays, throwing out some runners today. Pretty solid behind the plate today. And then Duke Ellis, the speedster, was 0 for 3. Yankees had a total of 7 hits, but they won 4-0. On the pitching side, Luis Hill had much better command of his pitches today after his first game. He went 3 shutout innings, 2 hits, and 6 strikeouts. Shout out to everybody in the chat, by the way. Mike Kowinski, how are you, my man? Everything's over great over here. Everything's well. Hope the same thing for you. Then, after Luis Hill came in, Jake Berg continued his stellar spring. An inning and a third, a hit, and a strikeout. 16 pitches. Shutout ball. Gary De Los Santos came in, an inning and a third. Shutout ball with a K. And then Bradley Hanner came in with a clean inning, 1 hit and a walk. And Carson Coleman came in and gave up a hit. He actually loaded the bases, but the Yankees got out of it with some stellar defensive play by Braden Shoemake. And then Kervin Castro came in and closed it out with an inning and 2/3 and a strikeout. So all in all, 4-0 win, a clean win by the Yankees. And Aaron Judge today actually hit his first Team USA home run, which was awesome too. And George Lombard still needs to continue to develop. I don't think he's going to be up here until 2027 or at earliest a September call-up this year. He still needs to develop, but he's looking better. And he hit that home run off of Garrett Crochet. Both hits he had today were off of Garrett Crochet. I don't want to rush a kid either, Yankees. Be smart to let him continue to develop. Same thing with Kane Kent, Spencer Jones, and the rest of these guys. Elmer Rodriguez, Carlos Legrande. Got a good looking. And now if you look, the Yankees are kind of building a pitching factory. 7 of their 10 top prospects now are pitchers. Last year and the year before, that was like 7 out of 10 were offensive players. Yeah. My man NFE from the strike zone's in the building. Yankees look good today, man. Luis Hill looked better today. And George Lombard, man, the offensive player of the game. Ben Rice looked good too. I think Ben Rice is going to have a good year. Timothy Fritz in the building. Invoke All-Stars to pitch them until June. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the good thing about the Yankees this year is they have pitching depth, which is something they haven't had in a while. And the World Baseball Classic, I think in a couple days, Mike, maybe 2 more days or something like that. Concerned about Spencer's swing? I'm not. It's not supposed to go through the zone very long. He's tightened up his swing. He's tightened up his mechanics. It's supposed to be violent through the zone in a much more rapid manner. So I understand you're worried about it, but Spencer, he looks better as a hitter right now. He looks more mechanically sound. So, but still, it's still early, Yankees. I'm optimistic too. There's always a little bit. I always have some nervousness too. So I'm right here with you, brother. Transparency in the building. Let's have transparency. Lombard looked good. Spencer Jones looked good. Again, Spencer Jones still has work to do, as does Lombard. There's no denying that. No, he has very violent swing, Spencer Jones. But that just means he's spending less time in the zone, which is what we want. We want more of the barrel in the zone in a more rapid manner. Look at Aaron Judge. She doesn't spend much time in the zone. It's here and just boom. And the same thing with Stanton. Very violent swing. That's what we want. The exit velocity is high over his bat. And the home runs to Spencer Jones, I'm not sure if they landed yet. He's just some monster home runs, man. Yeah, and everybody hadn't hit the like button. Please do. Yep. Yeah, I agree. And then we get Garrett Cole back. And then once Carlos Rodon comes back, we'll get reinforcements later on. Remember, keep in mind, this Yankees team generally has a mid-season slump, midsummer slump. And at some point, but when they have guys coming later on in the season, like Cole and them, it might help offset that slump, which I'm really hoping that happens. No, Spencer Jones not going to be a starter yet. There's no right now, and I don't see the point in having him be the fourth outfielder. He's not going to play. So I'd rather him be in AAA getting regular playing time. That way, if Stanton goes down as a DH, you can call up Spencer Jones. If Grisham doesn't play well in center field, you can call up Spencer Jones. And that's the difference between him and Dominguez. Okay, he's got a higher offensive ceiling, but he also plays stellar defense. Okay, so that's important. Read a comment in Fry said they don't believe in ER because of who doesn't believe in ER? Somebody in did you see him blow away some of the Red Sox hitters yesterday? Good Lord. What baseball are they watching? Yeah. I'm looking forward to it too, man. Yeah, we got to keep the Yankees healthy. No doubt about it. We definitely got to keep them healthy. Right, Sports Talk? Elmer Rodriguez, he looks good, man. If any of our pitchers, our minor league pitchers are going to make the majors, I think he's going to be the first one to get up here. Elmer Rodriguez. Ray Miller's in the building. What's good, Ray Miller? I generally can't go live in the afternoon midweek, but I have a little bit of time. That's why I'm going to go live and kind of talk to the family here. I hope you're all doing well, by the way. No, I have no concern on Hill. He'll look much better today. Much better today than the first time. No. If Iskara keeps hitting well, I don't see them trading for a righty catcher. There's no need to. If Iskara keeps playing the way he's playing. Yeah. That's right. 9-2 is right, man. Best record in spring training right now. Dominguez, I don't know. I mean, he's probably going to start in AAA if he's not traded. If the Yankees don't have any glaring needs right now, right? So there's no real urgency to trade him. But he could. If he, doesn't get any better, I see him being moved at the deadline at the latest. So I think Spencer Jones is ahead of him in terms of the pecking order. Yeah, it's a constant running it back crowd, right? Constant. Yeah, they don't like us calling it out or countering with any opposing views. Yeah. Iskara, yeah. Who do you see replacing Iskara, Hanafi? Or I mean, he could be moved, but what right-handed catcher would we replace him with? Is the question. Because I don't think, if it were me, I would not have Ben Rice as the backup catcher. I do not want to risk injury on Ben Rice. I want him to just stick at first base, and if he needs to DH on occasion, DH on occasion. But I don't want to risk him as a backup catcher. I really don't. Right, Ken? What's up? What do you know, my man? I mean, the bullpen. They could add a piece. We've been talking about it too. They are quietly looking for a piece. If the price is right, they could pounce. So there are some couple guys that they might be able. I mean, Michael Kopech's still a free agent. Garrett Clevenger's still not traded yet. So there are some pieces. So yeah, yeah, no kidding. Transparency. It's just that, a lot of people honestly have nothing better to do than use talking points some other channels who do nothing more than constantly put forth narratives and talking points that are anti Yankees or whatever it might be for whatever reasons. So at this point, yeah, I see Caballero being a starting shortstop too. He's playing well, so no need to mess with that. I hear you, NFE. Lombard could be our second baseman. Lombard could be he could be our shortstop next year. Volpe can be the second baseman if he comes back, if he gets a chance to come back. And then at some point the year after that, if Ryan McMahon doesn't return, then Lombard could be moved to third base because you have Dax Kilby then. So they have a lot of guys that are going to be able to fill in for infield spots. And they could make Anthony Volpe irrelevant at some point. So they really, really could. Talking points, exactly, NFE. Toilet paper, I love it. I think Weathers will be in the pennant for I think he'll be a spot starter, but most likely in the bullpen. But again, right now there's no glaring need for the Yankees, so there's no need for them to make a move right now. Right? We have depth, and it's the first time in a while they've had it, and that it's been developing and healthy. So it's a good thing. They don't need to make a move just for the sake of making a move. I think Dax will be here in 28. Personally, but we'll see. It's still a couple years away. I mean, they did run it back 96, 2000. They added a piece here and there, right? Dax has an advanced bat. Dax's bat is ahead of George Lombard's. His bats. He's known for his bat. Yeah, man. Transparency. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not sure. I would love to get. I mean, I want to get to 25,000 this year, so we'll see. But I'm not obsessing over it. I mean, I don't have time. Like I'm building companies, work. I have kids. I have a lot of responsibilities, so I can't be live multiple times a day as much as I'd like to, unfortunately. But I don't have like all these different social media platforms to be pushing. I don't have multiple people pushing the channel. So, but I mean, I would like to get to 25,000 this year. That's a goal of mine. So, but I appreciate that kind words, man. That's the best I can explain transparency. Double A, I don't really know. They don't really show many Double A games on TV. In all honesty. Yeah, there's a lot of young, dynamic talent right in this roster right now on the farm coming up. Dax, Lombard, you got Keenan Kent, you got Emil Rodriguez, watch out for Pico Khan. I mentioned him the other day. He was their fourth round pick last year from Mississippi State. He's a big lefty. He's their top lefty pitching prospect. Pico Khan. Yep. Yeah, I mean, we'll see if Dax keeps. He's the guy that could replace George Lombard as the number one. Well, yeah, I mean, transparency, I agree. But some people are attracted to talking points and BS and hate and anger and all that stuff. So there's and a lot of those people do this for the clicks and the subscriptions and all that stuff. So I do it for the pure love of the fans, and I think the right audience finds themselves here. The people who love the team and who just like just honest dialogue and just straight talk, right? Transparency. But yeah, there's a lot of just channels that just push clickbait crap all the time. I'm definitely not going to do that. I'm not selling my soul just for more memberships, more subs. I'm not doing that. I want the people that watch this channel to know what's going on. I want you guys to have good content, right? Ken, on the other hand, yeah, this is a good point. Thank you, Ken. Ken from The Ugly Truth. If you're not subscribed to The Ugly Truth, he does live play-by-plays on a daily basis. So does NFE. Both of those guys. If I could recommend any two guys for play-by-plays, it's those two. NFE from the Strike Zone and Ken from the Yankees, The Ugly Truth. Those are the guys I'd be listening to for live streams and for play-by-plays. Yep. I like Caden Kent. He's got an advanced lefty bat. He's a polished hitter so far. He's got a good head on his shoulder. And his dad's a Hall of Famer too, man, Jeff Kent. He could be a guy that could work his way through the system pretty quick. Exactly. Ken. Talking Point Central. Well, once Ken and I team up and talk about we're gonna form the Talking Points capital of baseball. It's gonna be the BS Mount Rushmore BS. It's gonna be good. Yeah, Ace is in the building too. Ace Avenue, another guy you want to be subscribed to right there. Ace Ave. 3 of the fantastic content creators right here right now. Ken from Ugly Truth, NFE, and the Ace. Ace Ave, baby. What's going on, brother? And if you want to hear real life bashing of Boone and Cashman, and if he just said he decided to bash him in the channel in the live stream, so let's go. Real live bashing with some knowledge to back it up, right? This is why I get excited when these guys are in here, because they bring the knowledge, they bring the facts, they bring the perspectives up in here. They don't bring talking points, all that stuff, man. Ace, man, how you feeling about this team, man? I like what I see, and there's no real glaring needs right now that I'm noticing too. So they're playing well, despite having guys like 10 guys not here because of the World Baseball Classic. So, and hopefully, just everybody stays healthy and continues to kind of quietly get better. Yeah, these guys definitely fly under the radar. So, which is I kind of like that. Yes, indeed. Ken, man, the man too, brother. I appreciate you. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. You keep doing you too. Same thing for Ace. Same thing for NFE. You guys keep doing you, man. I'm telling you. Appreciate you, Ken. Ace Avenue's a legend, man. He's a legend. Saw the game against Panama. They mercy ruled them. Well, I saw recaps of it. It wasn't broadcast anywhere. But dinner tonight, I'm making salmon over a bed of pasta. Steamed salmon. I'm making linguine with herbed oil sauce and salmon steaks right over them. That's on the menu tonight. My daughters like salmon. My wife likes salmon. I like salmon. It's a nice clean. Why I cook the lemons and the salmons individually in lemon juice, and I have a special herb sauce that I put on top and a little bit of milk butter, and it's just like that. And then the pasta is real simple. No. And then it's gonna be about 6:30. Yeah, Team DR is deep. If anybody, they are probably the biggest threats to win this whole thing, the World Baseball Classic. Yes, indeed. I'm the cook of the house, Ray, so that's part of the evening duties. No. Yeah, I mean, I wish Dax Kilby was in spring training. Yeah. I don't think he's there. He's just in a developmental camp, still getting, still developing. They generally don't have many low A guys and some of those guys in spring training, even though they have Roderick Arias here recently, right? So, I mean, Roderick Arias is another one. Like, he was a top 5 prospect about 2 years ago. Now he's out of the top 30. Just goes to show that the international signings aren't always guarantees; they're not always home runs. And he was the top international signing like 4 years ago. So is Brandon Maia the year after him. Both of them are out of the top 30 now. Both of them, which is crazy, but it's just the way it is. But if you look at the top 30 now, there's a lot more pitching in there. They're really, really building a pitching factory. So, but I agree. Got to draft and develop more catchers. And I agree, man. Wife only anyone in the kitchen and make my breakfast egg. Never mind egg burritos, man. I have a kind of a culinary background in my family. So my grandfather was a chef in the military, and he kind of my dad and taught my dad, and then my dad kind of handed it down to me, and I learned from my mom and dad cooking, and I've been kind of take a culinary path for a while now. So, I'm not sure. Transparency. I'm not sure. I mean, they probably want to give other guys a chance because he's clogged anyway in the infield right now, so he wouldn't get much. He'd be sitting more than anything else. So, but I understand what you're saying though. It would be nice to see him. I have a feeling he'll be there next year in spring training because I have a feeling he'll probably make it to high. He might even make it to double A this year if he keeps playing well. His bat is what can take him up to the next level, man, for sure. No doubt about it, man. But Dax Kilby's a guy I've been looking out for. Him, Keenan Kent, Pico Khan. Obviously Chase Hampton. Watch out for him because he's healthy again. He was the Yankees' top-rated pitcher 2 years ago before he got Tommy John. So now he's behind some of these guys, but I could see him passing Carlos Legrand and then getting closer to Elmer Rodriguez this year. Volpe's got to win. Like I said, Volpe's got to win his job back. It cannot just be handed to him. No way whatsoever. He has to win the job back. If Caballero's playing well, I'm not sitting Caballero just because we like Anthony Volpe or they like Anthony Volpe. It's got to be about the team, not the young player, right? Why trade for Caballero if you're not going to play him? He's the American League leader in steals. He has a better batting average than Volpe. So what are we doing here, right? Jonathan's in the building. Her Italian grandma, she can pull scraps out. Yeah. That's how we do it, man. You just put piecemeals together. It turns into something delicious, man. Yeah, I keep an eye on Chase Hampton. He's healthy and he's throwing well. So is Garrett Cole. So is Ben Hess. We got a lot of big arms right now in the farm. Yeah. Chicken Sean, grocery store ninja, head chef. Yes, indeed. Ken knows the deal. We get our honey to-do list on a regular basis. Honey, can you do this? Honey, can you do that? I had to go do a Target pickup, and I have to go. I have to go pick my wife up at the train station a little later. So, it's constant. It's constant. Lombard will get better. He'll keep developing. Mac Hero too. There's a lot of good looking prospects. If you look at you look at their farm. So, and then Jonathan and I were talking about this earlier. Can they get another? Can they get a compensatory pick? Like the Reds, Hunter Green, their ace is having elbow problems. Can we trade international money for a comp pick? Or can we trade one of our pitching prospects to them for a comp pick and pick 70? Since we forfeited our first and fourth round picks for Max Fried, which happens this year, right? And that 70 would give us another high level pick right after the third round there, a comp pick. So it's something I was talking to Jonathan about today. So Jonathan's always got the knowledge reel going. Always learning from Ken, Ace, Centipede, Jonathan, always learning from these guys. These are the horsemen. These are the circle, right? It's good to have these guys. I mean, always paying attention, always figuring out ways to make this team better. So I'm grateful for these guys. Yeah. Team USA, yeah, no kidding. They took a pounding to the Giants yesterday. Aaron Judge hit his first Team USA home run today. Nice home run off the Rockies. So Yes, indeed. Durbin, yeah. Yeah, no kidding. Hopefully we shut him down. We gotta shut him down. Yeah. So how you all feeling about the rest of spring training? How you all feeling? I mean, we are 21 days, I think, away from opening day. I feel pretty good, RC, about this team. I feel better than many people do. Despite the tantrums that we had all off season, that the Yankees were dumpster diving, they weren't making the big flashy moves. It's the same voices that peddle this stuff all the time, right? The same channels that peddle this stuff all the time. That just spreads like wildfire. Just bad information, low info information. So I feel good about this. What they've done. Yep. Angel Shavi, the guy they got from the Rockies, he pitched better yesterday. Um, Ryan Weathers looked pretty solid today too. So they made some under the radar solid acquisitions. Jake Bird is looking way better. So, and we have some young talent coming up here, knocking on the door. So yeah, Durbin, yeah, he's the guy that they moved with Nestor Cortes to the Brewers for Devin Williams. I don't know if you saw Devin Williams' his first pitch as a Met, he gave up a home run in spring training. So, yeah. Yeah, we get the Twins tomorrow, and then we get the Rays on Friday. Yeah, we're gonna see plenty of Spencer and George as long as the World Baseball Classic's going. Yeah, and I want to continue to see these guys. Those guys, I mean, those are part of the future right there. Part of the future. And I think, I mean, we have a defined spot now for at least Spencer Jones this year. Like I said, if Stanton gets hurt, they need to call up Spencer Jones. If Grisham doesn't play well, they need to call up Spencer Jones. So it's got to be that way. And hopefully they do that. But again, who the hell am I? They don't listen to me. So, yeah. Yeah, Devin Williams, man. You have that home run. Yes, indeed. Ryan McMahon, he narrowed his stance, right? His wide stance was preventing him from driving the ball and utilizing his lower body. So I think he's going to be a better hitter this year, too. That's one of the things that they worked on this offseason, narrow his stance. I think both of them are going to go down. In all honesty, I think if they got Randall Grichuk, he's going to be the fourth outfielder. So Beagle's in the building. Lombard, yeah, keep playing well, man. Got that right. I think Jones and Dominguez both go down. Yeah. They wanted that righty bat in the outfield, and they got it with Grichuk. So, and he hits lefty, he murders the Yankees. So glad they got him here. We're surprised that Grisham. I don't know. I mean, they felt it was worth the risk, and look, it's 1 year, right? It's not going to clog them up. Like, I mean, that to me is much better than $60 million a year for Kyle Tucker. That's pure insanity, right? $42 million for Bo Bichette. This is a 1 year deal, and he doesn't have to come back next year. They're then obligated to him after this year. It doesn't clog up the outfield at all, right? So maybe some of them. I mean, I don't know. I can't speak for them. Maybe some of them thought he would get a gig elsewhere, but even Grisham said that. Like, he stayed here because he wanted to be part of a winner. So, and there it is. And again, he earned this qualifying offer with his performance last year. His stats were better than all those guys. So, to me, I'm okay with that. I don't think he should be the leadoff guy. I mean, I would lead off Caballero. I want a speedy guy up in front. I'd rather bat Grisham like seventh. I mean, I'd rather have that type of batting in the seventh spot. To me, but I mean, personally, I would bat Caballero in the top spot, and then I would bat Bellinger second. That's what I would do. And $60 million was insane. Yeah, $42 million for Bo Bichette, doesn't play defense. No, thank you. Yeah, I'm happy with Ryan McMahon for less than half the price. Yeah, I'll take that. I'm good with that. Do I think who's going to have another good year at the plate? Grisham. I think Grisham will be fine. I don't expect the same 34 home runs. I expect if he plays good defense, stays healthy, puts up some decent offense, I'm happy with that. I think Grisham will be fine. And he'll be a good mentor to Spencer Jones as well in the outfield. And Grichuk can also gives them versatility. With Grichuk here, when there's a lefty on the mound, they can move Bellinger to center and have Grichuk play left and sit Grisham. So it gives them flexibility. Yeah, McMahon makes not even half of what Bichette makes, not even half of what Bregman makes. So I'm cool with McMahon. And he's an elite defensive end. He stabilized the whole entire infield defense when he came here. Yep. Just so I can. I'm keeping an eye out. Thank you. Yeah, Jazz is making pennies, but he'll make a big contract after this if he plays well. If he gets another 30-30, he'll make a big contract. And rightfully so. Yep. Yes, indeed. If Jazz joined the yeah, I don't think. Who knows? Well, he wouldn't join the Dodgers for that little. It would be crazy if he did. But he's going to be, if he plays well, has another year, he'll get $25-30 million a year for probably 5-6 years. I just can't see him joining the Dodgers. He even said so. He wouldn't. He'd rather join the Angels than the Dodgers. So good. It would be insane if if a team can get him for that little. And if the Yankees can get him for that little, I'd keep him. You probably give him a QO because he'd have a better chance of getting a deal than Trent Grisham. Yeah, no kidding. Oh, the Ohtani Club? Oh, that 50-50? Yeah, nah. I don't know. I know I like his confidence and all that stuff. But I'll take 30-30. You got 44, I'd be really impressed with that. I'll be happy with 30-30. And just play good defense and help the Yankees win. I'm cool with that. Ohtani's just he's on another planet. Ohtani. Yeah, 50-50 would be nuts. I never expected 50-50 from Ohtani, but he did. So if he did it double time, if he did it again, that would be freaking, historic stuff. But 30-30, I'd be very happy with. That doesn't happen very often either. Yep. I think he's the best left-handed hitter in baseball. I think Judge is the best right-handed hitter in baseball. I think Judge is better. But they're different players. So Judge's stats are consistently better than Ohtani's pretty much every year. So yeah, he's a better hitter than Ohtani. More dominant hitter. I'm not saying Ohtani's not good. Ohtani's amazing. But I don't care about Ohtani pitching. He also gets hurt, yeah. The Dodgers have 2 rings. It doesn't matter. His rings mean nothing. His rings are meaningless. If he wasn't on the Dodgers, he was just as good with the Angels. They didn't win any rings. He's surrounded by a better team than the Dodgers with unlimited resources. So I still think Judge is better. Well, Otani's not pitching during the World Baseball Classic, and I don't know what he'll be pitching this year. Yeah, their payroll is crazy, but that's what happens when you're not subject to the same rules as the other teams are. So Jeter's a better. No, I don't. It's pointless to compare them. Yeah, Jeter was on better teams, so that's why I only compare these guys. And Jeter was a shortstop. And he wasn't even the best shortstop on the Yankees. A-Rod was. A-Rod was a much better shortstop, and he moved over to third base to accommodate Jeter. But he's a Hall of Famer, so just appreciate the talent, appreciate watching these guys. No, Judge showed up in the playoffs too. I won't go. I don't go with Tiny. That's me though. I don't go with Tiny over Judge. Yes, indeed, Ray. A lot of people don't acknowledge that. He's middle of the pack with his wealth. But he's the third highest payroll. People trash him all the time for not being like George. George wouldn't even be the richest owner in New York right now, right? Look what Judge did versus the Dodgers in the World Series. He had home runs off the Dodgers too. He played in the year before, and Otani didn't even hit 200 in the playoffs last year in the World Series against the Yankees. So remember that. I think this. I think more continuity. I think this Yankees team will be better than last year's too, especially when Cole comes back and when they're firing all cylinders. I think they're going to be better. Yep, it's going to be a different American League East. We got plenty of baseball to come. We'll just see what happens, right? We'll just see what happens. Yes, indeed. And Rodon. Yeah, and then Schmidt will come back later on if he gets an opportunity. Stanton's got to stay healthy, so we've got depth. The Yankees, I think, are better positioned to win the AL East this year too. But we'll see. So the Red Sox are good too. So you can't sleep on anybody. That's why I don't do predictions in February and March. It doesn't make any sense to. The trade deadline hasn't happened unless it doesn't make any sense. So, but I think this Yankee team will be better than last year's. Yeah, and we just gotta stay healthy. And that's one of the things the Dodgers they got healthy at the right time, and the Blue Jays had multiple guys have career years last year. So, yeah, I agree. Transparency. Predicted 26 man. Let me see. Ryan McMahon. Let's see. At third, Caballero at short, Jazz at second, Ben Rice at first. Austin Wells at the dish, Stanton DHing, Aaron Judge, Trent Grisham, Cody Bellinger in the outfield. Rotation: Max Fried, Cam Schlittler, Luis Hill, Will Warren. And it's either going to be a combination of Yarborough or Weathers or Blackburn until our mainstays come back. Bullpen's probably going to be Camille Duvall, Tim Hill, David Bednar, You'll probably see Blackburn in the bullpen in long relief. Jake Bird, Chivili, Brian Weathers, probably Brent Hedrick. And the bench is going to be probably Goldschmidt, Rosario, Randall Grichuk, and probably Max Schumann. But it could be, yeah, it's probably going to be the bench. But then JC Scar can make this team too, though. So it's going to go right down to the wire for the last spot or two. It's going to be a tough decision for these guys to make. The bench is definitely going to be better than last year, in the last couple of years, last half decade probably. Volpe's not going to break North. He's not going to make 26 out of opening day. He won't be ready for opening day. He's on a 60-day IL, and then my guess they're probably going to rehab him for a month or something like that to get the extra year of service time for him, which increases his trade value if they decide to trade him at some point. Teams like to acquire players with controllable years. That's one of the things that Cashman does regularly, gets guys with controllable years. I think Schumann beats out Oswaldo Cabrera. I think Cabrera is going to start in AAA. And also, I think they're going to be smart with him. They're going to, since he's coming off that gruesome ankle injury, I think they want to let him play consistently in AAA before they call him up. But Schumann's playing well enough to beat him out so far. It's a righty bat. He's a veteran, so yeah. And we'll see with some of these other guys. No, CeeLo's in the place. What's up, CeeLo? What's up, Daddy? What's going on? So, unfortunately, I think Oswaldo will not make it north with the team. It's like Volpe, but we kind of know those guys. Those guys are both coming off gruesome injuries, so it makes sense for them to not. You know what I mean? That's right. That's right. So, it's a piece of shit, man. Yeah. They beat him. They beat him 4-0 today. 4-0. That's right. But we'll wrap this up in a minute. I got to go do shower duty. I got to go shower 3 kids before we go pick up mommy from the train. It's good to see you in here, CeeLo, man. It's good to see all of you. Yeah, you got that right, Joel. This is a deeper, altogether, just deeper roster altogether right now. 26-40 and all the guys that are in spring training. It's good to see. It's like I've said this repeatedly for the last couple of years. The better the bench is, the closer the gap is from the starter to the backup. Got to close that gap as much as we can. Cannot be such a massive drop-off from starters to the guys that back them up. So, another 1 p.m. game tomorrow, yeah. Hopefully we'll be able to go live again tomorrow. 75, man. Well, it's almost 50 here, so it's decent weather today here. Yeah, we're supposed to get in the 70s in the next couple days, starting later on in the week. So, same to you, Palvis, man. We'll be back tomorrow. Jake Boss and what's up, Jake Boss? What's up? Good to see all you guys. Luis Soho, the ultimate pinch runner. Scott Brocious, the best number 9 hitter in baseball history. Yes, indeed. But Yankees won. Let me let you all go. I got some home daddy duties to do now. So I appreciate all you coming on. You guys are the best. 80-degree day. Yeah, you got that right. Got that right. The summer days, the warm weather. Let's get it going, baby. But peace and love to all of yous. You are the best. Sunday, yeah. And right around the next couple of days after Sunday is going to be in the 70s. So let's enjoy some warm weather. But go have a great rest of your day, gang. It's always good seeing you. Love you guys. You're the best. Catch you on the other side. And keep your notifications turned on if you haven't done that yet. Because if news does come out, I'll make sure that you know about it. All right? You guys are the best. Over and out.